Ever wondered how to make the perfect garlic roasted Brussels sprouts? Well, today we're going to embark on a culinary journey that's all about this humble yet incredibly versatile vegetable. In recent years, Brussels sprouts have shaken off their old reputation. They're no longer the dreaded side dish from childhood dinners. Instead, they've become a beloved staple in many kitchens worldwide, thanks to their delicious taste and numerous health benefits. Packed with nutrients like vitamin K, vitamin C, and fiber, Brussels sprouts are a powerhouse of nutrition. But we're not here just to chat about health benefits. We're here to make them taste amazing. And what better way to do that than by roasting them with a generous helping of garlic? This recipe is not only mouth-wateringly delicious, but it's also easy to prepare and makes for a perfect healthy side dish. So, are you ready to discover the secrets of making the perfect garlic roasted Brussels sprouts? Before we start, gather all the ingredients needed. First up, the star of our show, Brussels sprouts. These tiny cabbage-like veggies are packed with nutrients and flavor. With a slightly bitter undertone, they provide a unique taste that becomes even more delightful when roasted. You'll need about 1.5 pounds of these green gems. Next, we have our olive oil. A good quality extra virgin olive oil is key here. It's not just for coating the sprouts, but it also helps to carry the flavors of the other ingredients. You'll need about 3 tablespoons of this liquid gold. Salt and pepper, the classic duo, are up next. They not only enhance the natural flavors of the Brussels sprouts, but also add a bit of zest. A half teaspoon of each will do the trick. Now let's talk about garlic. We're using minced garlic here for a stronger flavor. 2 cloves worth will give us the pungent and spicy kick that garlic is known for. It's the perfect pairing for the sprouts. Parmesan cheese is our next ingredient. A 1/4 cup of freshly grated Parmesan will bring a creamy, nutty flavor to the dish. It also adds a lovely golden crust when roasted, providing a beautiful contrast to the bright green sprouts. Last but not least, we have our lemon juice. The juice of half a lemon will be enough. It's the secret ingredient that brings a burst of freshness and cuts through the richness of the other ingredients. It ties everything together and lifts the whole dish to another level. So, to recap, we're using 1.5 pounds of Brussels sprouts, 3 tablespoons of olive oil, half a teaspoon each of salt and pepper, 2 cloves of minced garlic, a 1/4 cup of freshly grated Parmesan, and the juice of half a lemon. Now that we have all our ingredients, it's time to start cooking. The first step in making this dish is preparing the Brussels sprouts. Now, Brussels sprouts are like tiny cabbages, and they can be a bit tricky to prepare if you're not familiar with them. But don't worry, I'll guide you through the process. First, we're going to give our Brussels sprouts a nice wash. Run them under cold water to get rid of any dirt or debris. It's a simple step, but it's important to ensure we're working with clean produce. Next, we'll take a closer look at our sprouts. You'll notice that the outer leaves might be a bit discolored or loose. These are the leaves we want to remove. Gently peel them away and discard them. This not only improves the look of our sprouts, but it also helps in achieving a more even roast later on. Now that we've removed the outer leaves, it's time to get our sprouts ready for the oven. We want our Brussels sprouts to roast evenly and to get that delightful caramelization on the surface. To achieve this, we'll need to cut them in half. Find the stem end of your sprout and cut straight through the middle. Be mindful of your fingers. And remember, it's okay if some leaves fall off during this process. Those loose leaves can turn into delicious, crispy bits when roasted. At this point, our Brussels sprouts should be looking pretty good. They're clean, trimmed, and halved. We've transformed these little green globes into something that's ready to soak up all the amazing flavors we're going to introduce in the next steps. But before we move on, let's take a moment to appreciate our work. Preparing the Brussels sprouts is a critical step in our recipe. It's the foundation upon which we'll build the rest of our dish. So, well done. With the Brussels sprouts ready, let's move on to the next step. Now, it's time to give our Brussels sprouts some flavor. And what better way to do that than with a drizzle of olive oil, a sprinkle of salt and pepper, and a generous helping of minced garlic. These simple ingredients are going to transform our sprouts into a dish that's not only mouth-wateringly good, but also packed with health benefits. Let's start with the olive oil. We're not just using it for its rich, fruity flavor. Olive oil is a healthy fat that's great for heart health. It's also going to help our sprouts roast beautifully, giving them that lovely golden brown color and crispy texture we're aiming for. Next, we're going to season our sprouts with salt and pepper. This is where we start building those layers of flavor. The salt brings out the natural sweetness of the sprouts, while the pepper adds a little heat. Don't be shy with your seasoning, but remember, we can always add more later, but we can't take it away. Now for the star of the show, the garlic. Garlic and Brussels sprouts are a match made in heaven. The pungent, aromatic garlic cuts through the earthiness of the sprouts, giving our dish a depth of flavor that's simply irresistible. Make sure to mince your garlic finely so it coats the sprouts evenly and really infuses them with flavor. Once we've got our sprouts seasoned, it's time to toss them. We want to make sure every sprout is coated in our delicious seasoning mix. This not only ensures they're packed with flavor, but also helps them roast evenly. Now let's talk about roasting. We're going to roast our sprouts in a hot oven, preheated to 400 degrees Fahrenheit. This high heat is going to caramelize the outside of the sprouts, while keeping the inside tender and juicy. Roast them for about 20 minutes, or until they're golden brown and crispy. Our Brussels sprouts are now in the oven, roasting to perfection. Stay tuned, because when we come back, we're going to add some final touches that will take our garlic roasted Brussels sprouts to the next level. While our Brussels sprouts are roasting, let's prepare the final touches. Now, we're going to focus on two key components that'll take our Brussels sprouts from just delicious to downright divine. We're talking about freshly grated Parmesan cheese and a squeeze of bright, zesty lemon juice. These two ingredients, while simple, will elevate our dish to new heights. First, let's talk cheese. For this recipe, we're using Parmesan. Its rich, nutty flavor is going to add a depth and complexity that'll make our Brussels sprouts truly stand out. Now, you could use pre-grated Parmesan, but we're not about that life here. We want our cheese fresh and full of flavor, so we're going to grate it ourselves. Just take your cheese grater and let the Parmesan cascade down. You'll want enough to sprinkle generously over our Brussels sprouts, but don't go too heavy. We don't want to overshadow the star of the show. Next up, we've got our lemon. This little citrus fruit is a powerhouse of flavor. It's going to cut through the richness of the Parmesan and the earthiness of the Brussels sprouts, giving our dish a fresh, vibrant edge. To get the most juice out of your lemon, roll it on your countertop, applying gentle pressure with your palm. This helps to break down the inner segments, making it easier to extract the juice. Cut it in half and squeeze directly over your grated Parmesan. Watch as the droplets of lemon juice mingle with the cheese, creating a tantalizing topping for your Brussels sprouts. These final touches are more than just garnish. They're integral components of our dish, each one carefully chosen to enhance the overall flavor profile. The sharp, salty Parmesan, the fresh, tangy lemon juice, and the crispy, caramelized Brussels sprouts will come together in a symphony of taste that's sure to impress. Our final touches are ready, just in time for our Brussels sprouts. Our garlic roasted Brussels sprouts are now ready to serve. Now the art of plating comes into play. You want to showcase these golden, crispy sprouts in all their glory. So arrange them artistically on a beautiful platter, allowing their caramelized edges to catch the eye. Now, here comes the piece de resistance. Just before serving, generously sprinkle finely grated Parmesan cheese over the sprouts. The warmth of the sprouts will slightly melt the cheese, creating a heavenly blend of flavors. Squeeze a bit of fresh lemon juice over the top. This adds a perfect tangy contrast to the rich roasted flavors. Garlic roasted Brussels sprouts pair wonderfully with a variety of main dishes. Their robust flavor complements a juicy steak, a savory chicken roast, or even a hearty pasta dish. They truly are a versatile side that elevates any meal. And there you have it, the perfect garlic roasted Brussels sprouts. Enjoy your meal.